highlight of this plenary and perhaps of the whole event. This is our last element of meaning, but I think perhaps the most important. When we put together the idea of the summit, we asked ourselves, how can we sort of create a moment which really encapsulates what we want for this ecosystem, for our ethos as a company. And we said, you know, let's go find people who, through their lives, represent the values, the achievement, the doing, the caring that we wanted to stand for and that we try to live up to in our business. So we created an award, and we call it the Maimonides Award. For those of you who don't know, Maimonides in Hebrew, Rambam, was a great, phenomenal rabbi of the high Middle Ages who had an extraordinary life, both as a doctor and a scientist, as a Jewish leader, as a traveler, just lived a storybook, incredible life. And today, we learn about him. Every kid in a school, religious or non, knows about the Maimonides. So we said, let's go create an award in his honor, in his name, that will represent the best of lifetime achievements in science, in technology, in business, and in something we call menschlichkeit, which means the art of being a mensch, or a gentleman, or a person of fine and special values. So we've been lucky, since we set up this award, to have brought 4 very special people to get this award. Our own Dr. Maury Blumenfeld, who still runs our medical investment operation, and we're proud of him. He's here, I think, with us now. Professor Avraham Baniel, who is no longer with us, who got the award at the age, I think he was 103, 104. One of our great scientists in the reduction of sugar. Professor Rafi Meshulam, who's Israel's leading cannabis researcher, discovered THC. And Professor Ruth Arnon, head of the Israeli Science Council and one of Israel's most distinguished biotechnologists. This year, we were looking for someone of similar caliber who really represents the best of who we are. And we decided to give this award this year to Morris Kahn, an extraordinary entrepreneur, a philanthropist, a friend, a family man. Morris was born in South Africa. He was a member of a Zionist youth movement called the Habonim. He made Aliyah with his family back in '56. He's had an extraordinary career, which we're going to hear about in a short video in a second. But just briefly, he founded Golden Pages and the Oryx Group. He was active in fiber optics, something which is dear to my heart since my first company was in fiber optics. He's the founder of Amdocs, which is Israel's global telecom leader, current market cap at about $11 billion and change. He was the founder of Coral World, which is an underwater observatory you can see in a lot and all around the world, and a huge proponent of clean water and of saving our oceans and making sure that our rivers are clean, and built the organization SpaceIL, which means clear about water. He's the chairman of SpaceIL, which is our Israeli effort to get to the moon from kids and from the community. And he just powered it and made sure it happened. We hit the moon. We haven't landed yet softly, but we intend to. And under Morris's leadership, we're going to succeed. I know that. And finally, he's been a medical philanthropist in so many areas, whether it's the Save a Child's Heart, where I think they've saved at least 600 children and counting, where they bring people here to the country to get critical heart surgery. He's been supporting the Weizmann Institute, the Ben-Gurion University, Tel Aviv. There's so much. I wanted to share this video to give you a little bit more background on Morris Kahn.
Well, I was born in South Africa in 1930. When I was 26, I actually decided to emigrate to Israel. When I came to Israel, I tried many things. I met somebody who'd come to participate in a tender for the Yellow Pages, and I became the manager of the company. The Yellow Page developed eventually into Amdocs that provided billing systems to the biggest telephone companies in the world. We were very successful. We employed a lot of people. To me, it's not just business on its own. It's got to have something more than just business. It's got to make a contribution. I feel that by doing something to alleviate human suffering and make this world a better place gives one a tremendous amount of satisfaction. And it's true.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you this year's recipient of the Maimonides Award, Kahn. Please, Maurice.
I first of all want to thank you, Don, for this award. And I think if anybody really deserves a lifetime award, he's right here, John Medved. He has done a tremendous amount for this country, tremendous, really. And we'll only feel the impact of what he's done in the next few years. I'd just like to tell you briefly, I've been in business in Israel for about 60 years. I came to Israel as a young man. I went into business, and I had a couple of false starts. By false starts, the other word is failures. I failed. I had many failures in the beginning, but I really hung in there and carried on. And actually, I've been very, very fortunate. And if I look back at my luck and my good fortune, I can see that it actually comes from relations that I developed with people. I've been a partner with 3 of the greatest firms in Israel. First of all, there was ITT, which was the biggest conglomerate in its time. And Harold Janine was the CEO. And I got together with Harold Janine, and I became a partner with ITT. That was International Telephone Company. And the next company was actually Amdocs. I got together with AT&T. AT&T was the biggest, and I think still is, the biggest telephone company in the world. And we became partners. And this was as a result of my getting together with Ed Whittaker, the CEO of AT&T. And then thirdly, I got together with AIG. And Hank Greenberg was the CEO and founder of AIG, which was one of the biggest insurance companies in the world. And we became their partners. And this is only as a result of relationships. And I can only recommend to you to take this into account. When you're doing business, develop solid, honest relationships with the people that you're doing business with. I've been very, very fortunate, and I'm grateful, and I think I've done for the country. I think I've done something, and I've innovated. And John, I thank you for this award. I really do. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and thank you all. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, close it so you can
Thank you.
He's still going strong. I asked Morris today, I said, Morris, did you ride horses today? Because he's a very avid horseback rider. He said, yeah, I rode, but I also jumped. That's what I want to do when I'm 93 years old, okay?